The Hawkeye Hot Toys figure from Avengers Endgame is downright horrible. Let me explain why. Let's get started. Welcome to a very miserable episode of the Gastlecast. I'm Chris.
I'm Heather.
On this episode, we're going to talk about the worst hot toy experience I've ever had, and it was with Avengers Endgame Hawkeye. But first, let's start off with a video of my excitement of showing you how awesome the figure is, until bad things happen. Welcome to the Gastlecast, guys. Chris here. We're going to unbox this Hawkeye from Avengers Endgame. He also comes with a bunch of gear to make him up as Ronin as well, which is something I'm really excited about. However, he has problems with his jacket and vest, and that's something I'm not looking too much forward to right now. Okay, so there's Hawkeye, and I can already tell that this figure is going to be really cool. I can see a Ronin head in there. There's obviously the Hawkeye head on the Hawkeye body, but then there's the infamous jacket with that zipper. All right, well, here's the jacket. And I am so afraid to even touch this. A buddy of mine actually got this figure and he ruined his within like the first 2 minutes of owning it. So I'm going to have to be very careful with this when I try to put it on. My plan is to make him up as Ronin during this video. Okay, so you have to remove his head and then you can remove this piece here for his quiver. So this is how we're going to break him down to end up looking like Ronin. Now, according to the instructions, there are a lot of pieces that come off to include all the armbands, and of course the hands are going to have to change out. So let's work on a little bit of that. Okay, apparently we're going to need both of these bracers here, and we're going to need some hands. We're also going to need these swords as well. The bracers are needed because all of the armbands and things that he's wearing as Hawkeye all get removed and get replaced with this particular piece of armor. So we're going to go ahead and switch those out. You know what? I think I'm going to try to put that jacket on first. Wish me luck on this. So on the back of the jacket, this actually snaps off, so you can take the belt portion off. And now here is the jacket. Yeah, that doesn't feel good at all. It feels like it's snapping off already as I'm pulling down on it. Okay, so we're just gonna slowly... Oh boy. The teeth are already being removed, it looks like. Almost. Oh boy. Okay. So... Let's see what happens. Let's put it on the figure first. All right, so far so good. We have the cowl is up now. That's kind of the look I was going for. Now, of course, it's not really clean looking yet. And then we have to zipper this zipper up. So here we go. When they created this, down here at the bottom, it's supposed to be like how a zipper would go in, right? But it's like flimsy, and it's like, see how it's like feathery? Well, this is supposed to go up.
I did a fart, I'm sorry.
So the video pretty much cut off when I started fooling around with this miserable piece of crap jacket. I realized there was going to be a problem when I was zippering the jacket down because it comes pre-zipped, and it felt as if I was damaging the jacket as I was trying to open it. Well, as soon as I got that zipper all the way down and around the action figure, I found very quickly that it was not going to work for me. A friend of ours reached out to me when he realized I was buying this figure to warn me that I would run into this problem. And now when I'm looking at 1/6 groups on Facebook, I'm finding that several other people are having the same issue of the jacket not zippering up. This is a horrible quality control problem. I cannot believe they didn't figure this out prior to releasing the figure. Luckily, the store that I purchased it from, All Time Toys, which is located here in Maryland, they have noticed that all of the people who have bought this figure at their store is having the same jacket issue, and now Sideshow is shipping out jackets to people. Just the jacket. They're not taking the figure back. They are shipping out extra jackets. So what does that tell you?
It makes me wonder if they realized they already had a problem and had these jackets on hand ready to ship to people.
How often is it that Sideshow keeps a bunch of parts around like this to ship out to individuals? That just seems kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
So that wasn't my only problem with this figure. Prior to putting the jacket on the figure, I decided to put on the Ronin head so I was prepared when I finally got the jacket on. But when I realized the jacket was not going to happen, I decided I'm going to remove the Ronin head, put the Hawkeye head on, and make him straight up Hawkeye because the whole Ronin thing is just not working out. Well, guess what? I removed the head and the neck joint stayed inside of the body.
So as you can see, there's a pretty big difference. This thing right here is what was right here, and now it's stuck inside of the Hawkeye body.
So now I have a headless, jacketless Ronin Hawkeye figure. How awesome is that? I do want to say that this figure is amazing, aside from the problems that I had. I'm really hoping that many other people received the jacket and it worked out for them. I'm hoping not everybody ran into this problem. There are two different zippers on this character, one being on this Hawkeye vest, the other one being on the Ronin jacket. On the Hawkeye vest, I can zipper this thing up and down all day long, but the jacket is just a pure nightmare. So after this huge nightmare, I decided to reach out to All Time Toys to figure out what my options were. Jason at All Time Toys said, well, I can send in a note to Sideshow and see how they want to do this. Then I decided, you know what? I don't even want to deal with this figure anymore, because this figure has already put a bad taste in my mouth. I want something completely different. So I asked Jason if it was possible that I could just swap the figure. He said yes, so I'm going to go with the homemade suit Spider-Man. That figure looks amazing, and I've seen enough videos and photo proof that I know that this is something that I definitely want. What bums me out the most is that I really like this figure. I love the head sculpt, he has really great accessories, and overall, his whole costume and suit and everything looks really, really neat. And if the zippers just worked, we wouldn't have that big of an issue. The broken neck joint is what really sent me over the edge, and it solidified my decision to choose a different figure. I really wanted this figure to be awesome. This was something I was very much looking forward to. But I decided to make this video as a warning to all of the guys and gals out there who decide they want to buy the new Hawkeye action figure. My best advice right now, personally, is to buy the regular version of this figure and not the deluxe, because you won't run into the whole jacket issue like you will with the deluxe Ronin edition.
The whole point of buying the deluxe version versus regular Hawkeye is that you're supposed to be able to make him into Ronin. And how can you make him into Ronin if the movie accurate costume just doesn't work?
I love Hot Toys and I love collecting them, and I always know there's going to be a chance of there's something being wrong. But I always hope that I'm not going to be one of those cases.
But you were, and luckily they're willing to remedy the problem.
And I can be thankful because they're giving us a replacement figure, so I'm not stuck with this headless, jacketless Hawkeye. I want to make a couple points before we close this video out. One, I made sure the whole way to follow the directions, which is something that I always do when I get a new Hot Toy to make sure I don't actually break it. Number two, I'm always very gentle with my figures. So how this head popped off this neck piece is completely beyond me, because I've done this time and time again with my other Hot Toys.
Number three, I haven't touched this figure at all, not even the box, so it wasn't me.
Guys, did you pick up the new Hawkeye Deluxe version from Avengers Endgame? Did you run into a jacket issue?
Have you ever run into an issue like this with any of your collectibles? Let us know all of that and more in the comment section down below.
Alright guys, that time again. Remember, as always, we are together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.